So
Look,
I swear that my parents know exactly when I'm recording MogCast every month.
Hey,
They know.
same.
And they purposely go and buy food right before I start. Every time. I think that's consistently been a thing in almost every episode. Man, people in this other server, like, every time that I say anything, they're like, what, so you're trying to hate on Kingdom Hearts?
What server is
So,
that?
you're trying to
I
hate
want
on
to know.
Kingdom
Look, they're not wrong. Anyways, welcome, gentlemen, ladies, boys, girls, and others. We don't judge. To the August episode of Le MogCast. Here, what did you pin? You pinned the Gunnar sucks message.
Obviously.
Okay. Today we have two. Actually, all three of you have been on previous episodes, right? So go ahead and introduce yourselves in reverse alphabetical order, but starting in the middle and ending towards the beginning.
What?
What?
You said reverse
I'll go
alphabetical,
first.
so that I was thinking Wes, and then you said somewhere in the middle, so I was thinking either Gunnar or Jake. So now I'm just lost.
And then you gotta
Technically,
finish
reverse
it
would be
approaching, but not touching the beginning.
Okay, what comes first in the alphabet, Gunnar or Jake?
Okay, we got Jake,
Hi.
we got Wes,
Yo!
and we got Gunnar, who surprisingly, I'm pretty sure has been in the most episodes. He's been in every single one up to this point.
One of them.
Every
Very
single
true.
one. It's just he doesn't
was
really
there.
talk much, but this time he might talk. He might not. Who knows? He's here. That's all I can say.
You know, we take what we can get with Gunnar.
So, how have you guys been since the last MogCast? Well, Wes, you were here last month, so I'm sure you have plenty of interesting stuff going on. But the rest of you.
Well, I finished my summer vacation. Felt like Roxas for the first time, and then started school. So
Wait, really? You're back already?
Yeah, I started like last week. So I've just been doing like baby work.
I've got like 3 years. It's been like 2 or 3 years in a row where my last day of summer I've tweeted, looks like my summer vacation is ... and then the picture of Roxas saying over at the bottom.
You need to do that then when yours is over. How much longer do you have?
I think it starts like in the 20s of the month or something like that.
Look,
I have to get my driver's license before then because otherwise I am screwed.
I got mine in like February.
It's okay.
Brag
Gunnar
about
still
it.
can't drive.
But Gunnar is like 12.
No, yeah, close enough.
We're just building upon the Gunnar mythos. He's not even here half the time, but like he's so
Isn't Gunnar
known.
the oldest out of all of us then?
Are you? How old are you? How old is he?
I'm 21.
Oh lord.
Well,
Oops.
we're all about the same age. Anyways, is that it? Anything else interesting going on before we get into the
No,
news?
all I do is work.
Right.
That's it.
Work.
Okay.
Okay.
I got $180 in GameStop store credit.
Woo! Well, how?
Oh,
How?
I traded in
Three PS4s.
No, I didn't actually. I traded in just a lot of games. If anyone listening or you three guys are thinking about taking stuff back to GameStop, take anything Pokemon. All Pokemon games are like $15 plus, and if you have like 4 different versions of the same game, it's like $60.
Are you serious?
I'm
I've got
dead
4
serious.
Pokemon games that I don't want sitting on my shelf right now.
There you go.
Well, fuck.
Yeah,
I will be right
you
back,
can,
guys.
Their website has a lot of
keep the podcast going. I'll be right back.
all right, but yeah, they're
I'm kidding.
oh okay, bye.
I was
Yeah,
saying,
I got a lot of
for the whole podcast, but oh wait, I can still do that.
I was gonna say I'll drive to GameStop, but I don't have my driver's license yet. So,
So walk.
negative.
You have
Yeah,
bro,
time to
the
walk.
nearest GameStop is like so far away. By the time I get there, they're gonna be closed.
Gunnar
me-
does 20-mile bike rides in the sun, in the heat, with his jacket and jeans.
Yeah, I know. That's how he lost so much weight. But I'm not Gunnar. I'm a lazy piece of shit. Anyways, as we all know, July is the most interesting and news-heavy month of the year. Am I right, guys?
Totally.
It is not around any other major stuff going on, so everyone always saves their stuff for July. July is like the strong month, so we've got quite a lot of stuff to talk about. But first of all, I guess we should probably start with the thing.
Did we do the July
nobody-
episode?
Well, we cover the news from the previous month.
Got
Obviously,
it.
we're not going to cover August news
I've
because
been here before.
Wes, this is like your 5th episode. Congratulations. I'm gonna start with this one just so we can get it out of the way because I know no one wants to talk about it. Kingdom Hearts. Does anyone care?
Nope.
I do.
Moving
but I
on.
haven't heard jack about it this past month.
I'm kidding. So there was actually a couple of interviews following E3. Some of these might have leaked from June, and we're not going to talk about it for too long because, again, obvious sarcasm. E3 just happened the month before, so there wasn't too much news, but there was 2 things in particular that I want to highlight. First of all, Nomura said in an interview that a lot of characters that you see returning in the trailers, well, there's going to be even more characters returning, and they're going to shock the players, and they're going to show them all on the trailers in the couple next months.
If I don't get actually physically shocked, returning the game.
I honestly, it really feels like they're pulling a Tabata with this one of just showing everything off. It's like, why can't you just save it for the game if it's going to be that mind-blowing?
Because
also,
everybody wants to see it because they want to make sure that the game's actually going to be real.
It's like, what are they not going to buy it? They're going to fucking buy it. They're not. Don't even come at me with the shit. They could not show the game from now until January, and it'll probably still get the same amount of sales.
You said that there were 2 things. That's one being the fact that they're showing off characters and whatnot, right? Okay,
so the other thing is I find a little bit more stupid. So we talked about this back in the June episode where we had Rax. The whole event that they held with the players, that people went and they gave them feedback for the game, and then I polled people on Twitter after the delay. I was like, why do you guys think that Kingdom Hearts 3 was delayed? Was it because of the feedback? Was it because the holiday season was too packed? Or was it because of both? And by far the one that got the most votes was because of the feedback. However, in an interview, Nomura said that they didn't actually listen to most of the feedback anyways.
Ooh.
Like, he said the reason why they held the event was not for feedback, but it was more so to show people that the game was real. But of course, they took a couple of things into consideration, but in general, they're not like heavily altering it based on the feedback, which I think is terrible because there was a lot of complaints that people had about that game.
Yeah, that kind of does sound contradictory to having a live demo like that. I mean, even if the purpose is to just like show off, yes, this is a real game, it is actually in development, even though we announced it 70 years ago.
Pretty much.
But I mean, like I do think that they should take a bit more feedback into consideration and not necessarily shrug it off. I mean, you just said that they did consider a little bit, but the major complaint that I heard from the demos from like the spring and early summer was just Sora, whenever you were like running up on an area or whatever, how you would like auto curve, like there wasn't any motion to it. It was just like a straight inhuman curve.
Naruto run.
Yeah.
It was the Tron cycle. That's what it was. Where they just go like in like straight lines. There is no like diagonal.
No. But yeah, that's something that a lot of people that's the main thing I saw a lot of people complaining about. And if that's one of the things that they're taking into consideration, then I think by all means that's fine, because I don't remember there being a whole lot major issues with everything else. I did hear that the Xbox version plays better than the PS4. But that's more of like a hardware thing than an actual game thing.
This is slightly off topic, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting sick of Sony. Like, for real.
Yeah.
I bought this fucking PS4 Pro. I traded in all these games into GameStop, and they gave me like $2. So I guess I should have taken Jake's advice. But anyways, I traded it in for the PS4 Pro because my previous one broke. So I got this one, and I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure that Final Fantasy 15 runs worse on the Pro. I never had it ever like freeze, and on the Pro it freezes all the time when I'm just warping on the overworld. And then one time it froze for like a solid 8 seconds. I actually recorded it. And I think that it's because since on paper the Pro is more powerful, they're like, oh, it can handle it, but it really can't. And it just makes the game run worse.
Right.
And you know, there's been that whole thing going on about Nintendo and Microsoft teaming up to make fun of PlayStation, which that's been funny.
That's been a real treat.
But
keeping eyes on that. That's like the next Wendy's drama. Like that's for real. It can get interesting, especially when they start conversing with the fans who reply. It's just hilarious. But yeah.
Yeah. But back to the Kingdom Hearts thing. Yeah, like there was just a lot of just general stuff like Sora feeling too floaty, and stuff like just new mechanics that they introduced and how they switch into all the different ones, like all the different new features that they have. So for example, Jake, I'm pretty sure we might have talked about this, I don't remember, but like, you know how now each Keyblade has its own transformation, but they don't have like stats anymore?
Define stats.
Like the Keyblade doesn't have a certain amount of strength or magic. It's just kind of like they're all the same. No, I'm pretty sure that... Okay, no, never mind. I'm saying it wrong. They do, but they're all the same, and you can level each Keyblade individually.
Okay, yeah, I knew that you could like level them up because in doing so, you're essentially leveling up the drive forms, or whatever they changed the name to. But I'm pretty sure that the Keyblades would still have like, natural stats that differ from one another. Like the Kingdom Key would just be the well-balanced standard weapon, and then the Ultima weapon, its base level 1 stat would be probably 5 times higher than the Keyblade's level 1 standard stats. And then obviously, if you level up the Kingdom Key, then in theory it would probably be stronger than your level 1 Ultima weapon, if that makes any sense.
My argument then is that, like, I don't like it when games have both multiple weapons that they give you and leveling systems, because then usually you end up with like a Final Fantasy 13 situation where you just stick with the default weapon because you already started upgrading it, and by the time you get the new ones, it's like stronger than them, so you just stick with that one, and the other ones you never even use. And I had an argument with like somebody else about this where they were like, "Oh no, like they're all gonna be the same stats." Then I'm like, okay, if they're all gonna be the same stats, so then does that mean because of the different transformations? But what I was saying is that okay, so then you could grind them. You could grind like the base one out to max level, and then what's the point of using all the other ones? And he was like, okay, maybe all the other ones scale to the level that you have yours at. And I said,
what?
Okay, so then you can grind the base one out to max level and save yourself 20 times the work. And they were like, okay, maybe they don't have the same stats. And I was like, well, that defeats the purpose because then you can't use whichever one you want.
Yeah.
You have to use the stronger one. Still, like, any way that you slice it, I think that it's just a bad system. But
the idea of leveling up the Keyblades in turn levels up the forms. Like, I don't think it's going to be similar to Kingdom Hearts 2 where you have to be in the form. I think that you just kind of have to be using the Keyblade that the form is associated with. And I could be wrong, obviously, because I haven't played the game. But if it is just you level up the Keyblade and in turn you therefore level up the form, then whenever you just grind with a specific Keyblade, then you level up the form, and more than likely they'll keep the support abilities or whatever they were called from Kingdom Hearts 2, where Valor form had the double jump, Wisdom form had quick dash, Master form. Actually, no. What did Valor have? High jump?
Yeah, Valor had high jump.
High jump, yeah. And then Master form had the aerial dodge, which was just a double jump, and then Final form had glide. So I think what they're going to end up doing is just having all these different forms with all these different Keyblades give you those support abilities. But I am kind of confused on what abilities they're going to be having, because let's say that there's about 12 worlds, including Kingdom Hearts original worlds. So then realistically you'd probably have around
20
or so Keyblades. I don't think you get 2 per world, but we'll say like an average of 15. So if you get like an average of 15 Keyblades, and each of them access a form, and each form accesses abilities, what on earth is Sora going to be doing aside from gliding?
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
now you got that aerial block, man, that they introduced.
The main thing that I can think of is that they would kind of throw the weaker abilities like block and whatnot onto them, but then that defeats the purpose of leveling up really in the entirety. Like, instead of just leveling up Sora to get all these abilities, you would just level up the forms.
That's true. I was gonna say Gunnar or Wes, Kingdom Hearts technical talk. Anything to add?
So Gunnar, man, I love Goofy.
Do you though? Have any of you guys seen the new Mickey shorts that they've been making like the past couple of years?
Nope.
So they're actually fucking good. I was watching a live stream and this person was complaining about how in Kingdom Hearts they completely ruined like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy because they're like their Mickey Mouse Clubhouse versions of themselves where they're like super kiddie and like don't have any personality. And they were like, but the new Mickey shorts that they've been making these past couple of years are actually really good. And I looked them up And they were. And there's one part where they get swallowed by a whale, a la Kingdom Hearts, or like Pinocchio.
Mhm.
And in the whale, there's a skeleton that has a really long nose and is wearing Pinocchio's hat. He's just kind of lying there dead.
Oh, shit.
Rip.
Disney gone
That
dark.
moment when Mickey shorts are darker than Kingdom Hearts, that's kind of a shame.
Going on to the
But
first thing
anyways-
that you had mentioned, what was it? It was returning characters?
Oh, it's just the fact that they're going to show more stuff on the trailers, and that people will be blown
hope
away.
that they don't show every character, because, I mean, there are characters that we kind of just assume
Hercules.
that we're getting. What, Wes?
Hercules.
Sure. But there
He's
are
in there.
certain characters that would just kind of be weird if they didn't show up, like Shion or
Guys, will Sora be there?
you know what? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've heard mixed things about Sora being in Kingdom Hearts. I honestly don't know. But
I think Sora has as much of a chance to be in Kingdom Hearts 3
as he does
as he does of being in Smash.
Nice. But I mean, what would be really okay, there's one specific character in the Kingdom Hearts lore that I would be shocked if they actually came back. Y'all want
Who
to
was
guess, or should I just say
Okay.
Titus.
who?
Sorry, is it Titus?
Rip.
No.
Gunnar?
You got to guess?
Is it Kyrie?
No. Dean?
Your boy Demix, the only one that they haven't fucking shown, man.
I feel like he is going to be in just to be one of the 13 vessels because on how they screwed
Sadly.
over Larxene.
Sadly.
But the one character,
the new Seven Lights, this thing that we established, who knows how many years ago, and was this established rule that we just decided to change out of nowhere because fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the single character that I actually would be shocked if they were in Kingdom Hearts 3 is Ansem the Wise.
Oh, but isn't he not dead?
He did die in Kingdom Hearts 2, from what I remember.
Isn't
don't-
that a
but
game
then he
by
was-
BioWare?
What?
Anthem? Stupid.
No. He was
fucking
saying,
jokes.
it's my father, Ansem Wise.
Who says
Yeah,
that?
It's Dean's dad.
Wise. The
Oh,
Wise.
wow.
No.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
My joke was
And you
better
have to
yet.
explain the jokes.
Comedy.
But yeah, when Ansem died in Kingdom Hearts 2, I don't ever remember him being a thing in Dream Drop or Recoded or anything else afterwards.
I guess I had my timeline mixed up. I thought that's when he ended up in the Realm of Darkness, but no, that was before, right?
He was in the Realm of Darkness during Chain of Memories, wasn't he?
No, because he tells Aqua, "Oh, the boys Sora and Riku, they've been off and they've been doing hero stuff," and she's like, "Oh, the two boys that I met
Yeah,
on
that
the
was
island."
before. That was before Kingdom Hearts 2.
Damn it. Okay, well then, never mind. I guess.
How's your family doing?
Yeah, because Ansem in that clip that you're thinking about, Ansem is telling Aqua about the events of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
So
Well, anything else Kingdom Hearts related to add? I guess before
Please,
Wes and
God,
Gunnar
no.
die of boredom. No, okay, I guess
I
not.
don't-
So moving on to I get
Hooray!
everyone's favorite Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. No, let me
Get
stop.
the fuck out of here.
So there was one interview about the Final Fantasy VII remake at the show. Oh, by the way, I guess we could mention this because Wes and Gunnar, you guys weren't here when we talked about this the other time. That Nomura said that they don't need the Final Fantasy characters anymore in Kingdom
Which is
Hearts. So
bull
fuck
crap.
you. Yeah, fuck you if you like them, I guess.
I could live without them.
Well, shit. Goodbye, Titus. I'll miss you.
You start playing Sudiki Dane. Do you know it? Wes, start singing it.
Suzuki, I know the rhythm, but that's about or the melody.
I've never felt
Let's not do another acapella. I think we've done enough of those on this show.
No,
No.
they're the best.
Do I need to
So
play
no-
Piano Man again?
Please, no. So Nomura, oh god, he was ready. So someone at the show actually called Nomura out. He was like, "So you don't think that you might have been announcing these games just a tad bit too early?" And he was like, fuck you,
agreed.
and he walked out.
No, he
walked
agreed.
out. No, yeah, he agreed, and he was like, so the reason why we announced FF7 too early was because we were afraid of it getting leaked, and in fact, rumors were spreading, among the what'd you call it, the business,
the sort insider people.
no, just the gaming developer community. There's a word that I'm looking for. Can't think of. It was spreading, and they were scared of it leaking. Yes, the gaming cult that we are all a part of. We have sold our soul to sin, and
Yeah, that's my dad.
Did you mean Sans from Undertale? Please shoot
Okay.
me.
oh no. What would be the most elaborate? Like you sell your soul to sin, but then you go into the live stream, and which is in Etro's Gate, of course, and then what's left behind turns into a Heartless, and then yeah, I got nothing after that.
Please don't mix Final Fantasy lore with Kingdom Hearts.
Please, it's not canon.
Kingdom Hearts isn't canon to the Final Fantasy canon, so get out of my life.
Please, despite the fact that we've already established multiple timelines in parallel.
No, Dissidia's canon. Kingdom Hearts is not.
Speaking of Dissidia, yeah, girl, got fucking confirmed this last month. New main.
It's not my girl. My girl.
My girl. That's my girl.
By the Temptations.
My girl.
Hey, there you go, Dean.
Talking about my girl. No,
Who got
Renault,
confirmed?
Final Fantasy VIII.
Who?
Doggy
Best
canon.
Who?
Fire the puppet.
Wow, this man just said who? And I bet you're probably the type of trash that cried when Aqua got Nord. No, let me stop.
You're not wrong.
See, I'm super naive and shit, so I was like, oh shit, she's a Sith Lord.
She's a, what? Oh, I mean, it's
Yellow
basically
light?
the same thing, isn't it?
The same thing.
Yeah, it's the Kingdom Hearts is just a wannabe Star Wars, really, at its purest form. But anyways,
That
we know
means
I got
Star Wars.
confirmed.
World, I'm returning the game, as well as if it doesn't shock me.
Jeez, but you're keeping the manual.
Yes, fuck the kids.
Okay, so Renoa got confirmed. She's coming out this.
She's coming out. Oh, you cut out.
She's coming out
Yeah.
this month.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
Is she? That was a question.
Oh, I
Yes.
don't know.
They usually come out
I thought you
about a
were
month,
telling us,
and I
Dean.
have it
I
up
was
to
very
there
misled.
announced.
She's coming out this month, and she's gonna be the best. I still can't play, guys. My fucking PS4 is still doesn't work with the PSN stuff. I still can't buy anything from when I got hacked because I guess they think I'm still hacked for some reason. I gotta call soon because otherwise it's just gonna get too late, and it's gonna be like, yeah, I got hacked 3 years ago, and my account hasn't been working ever since.
I have an amp that broke in 2013, and I haven't fixed it.
Dean, you know what you should do?
What's up?
You should apply to work for the PlayStation branch of Sony, and then work your way up to the top, become the CEO, and then force them to fix your PlayStation.
Well, I could just
Tell them their jobs depend on
Beautiful.
I could just call.
Or you can just make a new
it.
account.
Or you could ruin their lives.
That too.
Oh, speaking of Dissidia, so I actually something Dissidia related happened with me this past month. I'm
You
pretty
got
sure I
sucked
talked
into
about
an
this.
alternate dimension.
Yes, exactly. And I was like the Noctis, man. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. People were just talking about all this crap like I was supposed to know, and this is the middle of a fucking desert with these two towers. I don't even know.
What happened?
Clearly, it was
Mannequins,
poorly
man.
written.
Keep up.
Jake, I think you saw that I had a dream where I was teleported to the past, and I was at a party, and they were playing the song Despacito, and
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
told me about that.
clearly I must be in the past, because if I were in the present, they would be playing Despacito too. I actually dreamt
you.
that. I was like, what the fuck?
Fuck your dream self.
No, but okay, so for the Dissidia thing, I'm pretty sure I talked about this when I got the game, that at the GameStop that I went to, they canceled the regular version, so they just had the Steelbook, right?
Of
Mhm.
what? Dissidia?
And of Dissidia.
Oh, okay.
Like the guy told me they canceled the regular version. I thought they just canceled it in general, they just weren't gonna make it. But it turns out it was just the
Yeah,
store
no.
that had canceled it.
I think
And-
my GameStop did the same.
Something like that.
Mhm.
And then I went to Walmart and I saw that they had it there. Anyways, point is, I was petty enough that I sold my copy of Dissidia to a friend and then bought the game new again with the regular version.
Rip.
But did you keep the promo cards?
No. Sorry.
Fuck you.
Wes,
What a
are you still playing that?
Yes.
Yes. He's still
Gunnar,
frozen.
you play it too? Oh, never mind. Okay.
No.
I was about to say. He just has the Kuja card, nothing else.
He has a deck.
He has a dick?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a dick. Did you know that? It's
I
pretty
didn't.
gross.
News to me.
Oh.
No,
I
I'm
have
kidding.
such nice friends.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Gunnar. I didn't mean it. Don't
Yeah,
go
dude.
quiet for the next 5 months again.
Rip. Bye.
He will go quiet, but
A
not
user
for the
has
reasons
left
you
the
might
channel.
think. Fuck. And then like you go to the chat and it just says Gunnar sucks like in every single one. Damn it. We don't mean it, Gunnar. No. Okay, but back on topic. So Dissidia, Renoa Best Girl came out. I might buy her and play as her. I don't know. Do we know what class she's gonna be?
Shoot,
I don't
obviously.
even play the game.
Yeah, she's marksman.
Marksman. Was that the shitty one? I don't remember. Who else is a marksman?
Any mage that isn't Cloud of Darkness, Kuja.
Oh, Clouded Dark. Oh, cool. Oh man. She's gonna be trash. Is what you're telling me. Damn it! And I already committed. Fuck.
Dean put the ring
Dean,
on it
they're
and
not
everything.
trash. You're just trash. Okay.
No, you're not wrong. And she also had the dog launcher, which I thought was the best thing. If there was one thing that they were gonna keep, I hoped it was that, and they did. So, there you go.
She
You
gets
can launch.
pretty angel wings, so she's 2 times as cool as Sephiroth. She has 2 of them.
Yeah, because she's got 2. Doesn't Sephiroth have 7 wings in the boss?
I don't know.
Beats me.
Maybe.
He's got like 6 wings instead of legs.
I don't know. I'm
Kingdom
just
Hearts
I'm
has
staring at his
one.
abs.
In Kingdom Hearts, they changed it. He's just got 1 wing. Actually, in the original FF7, it wasn't even like a separate thing. It was his hand. His hand was one of the wings. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what you.
Sure, I believe you.
Please.
Correct me in the comments, people. Tell me how right I am. And if you tell me that I'm wrong, I'll just ban you from the channel.
Genius.
I'm right about to tell you you're wrong right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Give me just a few seconds here.
Go ahead, Gunnar. Go
Let me
ahead.
know as soon as this video is uploaded, and I'll comment real quick.
Okay, so another major thing that happened this month is that we got a confirmation for World Ends With You. I almost said 2, but it's not 2. It's the remake.
The world ends with 2.
The World Ends With 2. Funny. Wes just quit on
Everyone's
life.
happy about that joke.
Have any of you actually played the game?
I have not,
No.
but I've always wanted to.
Lightning,
What?
right? I don't fucking know.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. We brought up the card game, and I just looked over and saw all my cards, and I was like, man,
Wes is just doing his own
I can
thing.
talk about
Who
this.
said anything about the card game?
We did. We brought it up. It came up.
It came up for like a split second, and Wes held on to that for the rest of the episode. That's just
Yes.
how Wes do.
Oh,
Time to
I
cut
can
some
see my
content.
cards right now. No.
We're
But
talking
yeah,
about
I'm-
all the games that Wes doesn't care about, so he just kind of keeps it in the back of his mind. Wes, go ahead. You bring up a topic. Feel free.
I liked how I liked it though.
The conflict in the Middle East.
What?
No, okay, maybe don't bring up political topics.
Do what I want. Wild card.
Wasn't last month the political one? Like, didn't we get that out of the way?
Maybe. Probably. I don't know.
Anyways, okay. So Jake, you did play World Ends With You.
No, I
Well,
didn't, but I've
too.
always wanted to. So I'm looking forward to its Switch port.
I've owned it for the longest time. I played it for like 2 hours, and then I just kind of forgot.
I've heard that like the gameplay is kind of like a rhythm kind of thing.
I'm not sure about that. I don't remember. I do remember the thing was that it would like use the 2 screens.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're gonna do that on the Switch, but apparently like the game already had
they've
an Android
showed off
port.
trailers and stuff. It functions. It's kind of like it's the best
Well,
way to
I don't know,
describe
man.
it-
They've shown off trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3, and that game doesn't.
The best way to describe it is like how Dream Drop Distance works on the PS4.
But
Wait,
even
what?
then, it wasn't like an integral part.
3DS on the PS4.
Dream
What?
Drop
Yeah,
is.
you didn't know that?
That's
That's the 3DS Kingdom Hearts game. Yes.
Wes,
that's
tis
one I-
cold.
only slightly played, and then the only one I've
No.
actually completed
Yeah, it's on the
mostly
PS4 now.
is Birth by Sleep.
Tis cold. Oh, you played the worst one? No, okay. Tis
Fuck
cold. The Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8, a final chapter prologue.
Too many words, don't care.
It really is, right?
TLDR.
And then the 2 in 2.8 is a Roman numeral 2, just to fuck it up even more.
No.
So it's
Gunnar,
Kingdom Hearts.
Have any of you ever seen
we need-
Roman numeral
Gunnar, we need to go to the plant that's near the place that you live, that I'm not going to bring up. And we need to make a bomb, and we need to just take it to Japan again. Too many numbers.
Oh, you said bomb. I thought you said bong. I was like, you.
Wes, we can't do that.
Gunnar, so
We're not allowed to do that, Wes.
why not?
We already dropped 2 bombs on Japan. We can't drop a 3rd.
Wow.
Why not?
This man dropping truth bombs though. No, here's what you gotta do. You gotta go fly to Japan, buy like one of those big things of salt, just pour it in your hand, like towards like a salt ball, like a snowball, but just salt, and then throw it at the wall of the Square Enix building.
But that would be mean.
They'll
I think the
shrivel up
bomb
like
would be
slugs.
much more.
Security comes out and just like takes you in, and you're never heard of ever again.
And then
Like the
next
Final
thing you
Fantasy
know,
VII
there's some
remake.
character in Final Fantasy 16 named Wes.
Wait.
But he's
So wait,
garbage.
Square Enix comes out, takes you in, and you're never heard of ever again. And you said like the Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I mean, you're not
I
wrong.
remember my
Though.
story where I just end up as part of the next game, but I'm just
Wes,
a
we don't
garbage
want to
NPC.
listen to your story.
This may be your last chance.
I didn't even want to first.
Oh,
Rude.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to The World Ends With You.
oh yeah.
I
so
don't
that's
know
coming
anything
out
about
in
it.
Japan in September, and everywhere else, fuck knows when.
Yeah,
Like-
it's coming out September 27th, I think, but more than likely that'll
Mhm.
be its international release date too.
You think so? Well, maybe.
I see no reason for it to not have the same international release date unless Square just wants to be Square.
It's not voice acted, right?
I don't remember.
I don't think it is.
I think there may be a few lines that are voice acted, kind of like
Mhm.
how
Yeah, maybe like a or like
Maybe.
or just something like that. You guys know what I mean?
I know that there are battle chants. Like whenever
Yeah, you're right.
Neku or whoever's in the battle, they'll talk or say something like,
Well,
"Good
they are
job."
they are doing a new episode for it. I don't know what that's about, but like apparently it's. So maybe that's taking a while, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. It should be fun. I did get one thing spoiled for me though for the game, and this was like 4 years ago. A friend of mine did it, and to this day I still fucking bring it up because I was like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to getting World Ends With You on the Switch, and then maybe I'll be able to like stream it and play with the chat like blind, and it'll be fun. Except for the thing that you spoiled for me 4 years ago, and he was like, are you haven't gotten over that?
Rip.
But it was a pretty major thing.
Don't tell me. Well, I know about Joshua. If that's what you're
Okay,
going on about.
that was spoiled in Dream Drop.
Yeah. So I played Dream Drop, and then once I slipped my toe into The World Ends With You, and I mentioned the thing about Joshua, everyone was wanting to witch hunt me. Like, that's such a big spoiler. I'm like, I'm sorry, I came
Toto
from
and
Kingdom
Ultimecia had a
Hearts.
cat fight. Good times.
Guys, don't speak over each other. What'd you say, Wes?
Talking about something that Gunnar and I both know
You had a cat fight with each other, or what?
constantly.
Well, you're both cat girls in 14, right?
No,
I thought you
actually,
were.
nope. That's a lie. I do have a cat girl character technically.
Yeah, and that's what.
Gunner's a
That's,
cat boy though.
that's what I thought.
Gorals.
Goils.
Goyle. I've touched a goyle once.
Are we gonna see?
Jeez.
Are we gonna see
Keep it.
Despicable Me in Kingdom Hearts 3?
I mean,
Please no.
honestly though, it's only
Give me
second most
my
likely.
minions.
It's only
No.
second most likely to Shrek.
No. No. No.
People want
honestly,
people
what I
want
would
Shrek and
love-
Smash. Go ahead.
I said, honestly, what I would love if when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, somebody mods the Dream Eater summon, or Link, whatever it's called, to make it just the minion.
Oh no! When it comes out on PC, dude, I guarantee you that's gonna.
Can you
What I'm
imagine
saying
the
is
cat,
that-
the Dream Eater cat just being a minion?
No. Oh no, he does kind of look like it too.
Yeah.
Damn it! I don't want to say that. No, what I'm saying though is
You do though.
after Kingdom Hearts 3, we gotta end the series and start Dragon Quest meets DreamWorks, and it's gonna be called Queendom Souls.
Queendom, what?
Queendom Souls.
Why would
Get
it
out
be
of my
called
life.
that?
It's a
Well,
Kingdom Hearts
why
joke.
not? Yeah. No.
I don't get it.
That's good.
Are you
it's not
serious?
great.
Queendom? What?
Queendom. God damn it, Jake.
Words and stuff.
I don't get where the queen part comes
From with the king in Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom. Queen.
Yeah, but what about the queen? Where does the queen come from?
Where does the king come from in Kingdom Hearts?
Mickey.
Sure.
Well,
but
there's a queen in
hold
Kingdom
on.
Hearts
We're
too.
talking, or you said DreamWorks and who else?
Okay, in Dragon Quest, because it's the Final Fantasy series, is a Square Enix RPG, just like Dragon Quest is a Square
Okay,
Enix.
yeah. So out of DreamWorks and Dragon Quest, where does the word queen come from? That's what I'm
Shrek
wondering.
is obviously the king, and Fiona would be the queen. Duh.
Okay, fair game.
Oh my
I'd rather
God.
play that over.
Oh,
Kingdom
wait, and then
Hearts,
the Donald and Goofy are gonna be Puss in Boots and Donkey. That's
Fuck
your
yeah.
party.
Yes, please.
What are
Oh,
you
and then
doing
you go to like, bro, you go to like How to Train Your Dragon and like Spirit and
I'd be
and
down.
fucking all these Prince of Egypt, all Sinbad, all that shit. El Dorado, bro, I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind El
way better
Dorado. That
movies.
sounds fun.
I know.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
The
Drugs
World Ends
and
With You,
stuff.
but we pretty much finished with that.
Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, World Ends With You, that's gonna come out next month actually. Wait, August, September.
Yes.
October. Yeah, I have to count my months. Next month in Japan. Who knows when everywhere else. I guess you could import it. The Switch is not region locked, right?
No,
Do either of you have a Switch, Gunnar, Wes?
I have a Switch.
No, I can technically afford one, but
But use a bitch.
no. Yeah, I have to spend money on more important things. Like
Daddy
cardboard,
What's
doesn't
more
know.
important than Nintendo?
Watching
cardboard
Shrek.
rectangles with Final Fantasy characters on them.
You're right, more cards. I shouldn't have even asked.
See, I thought you were going for boxes so you could just move out.
That too. I do
Damn.
want to do that.
Priorities, man. Dissidia cards, moving out,
It's not just Dissidia.
Switch. That's the list of priorities.
Sure.
What else do you play, Wes? Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, I'm just saying there's more than just Dissidia cards in Final Fantasy.
Oh, it's just a general Final Fantasy thing?
It's all of them, except for 15 so far, but people
You know-
want that for the next set.
Kingdom Hearts had a trading card game too, I'm pretty sure, a long time ago.
Probably for bitch babies.
Says the
Oh.
guy that plays the whatever. I don't even care. Okay, the last topic, I guess, unless anyone else has anything to talk about before we get into it, I'll take
No.
that as a yes. Wes, go ahead.
I was gonna say what's new with Gunnar. Remember, he has to do his thing.
Oh, true.
No
His
one likes this
monthly
segment.
segment.
It's the fan favorite segment. People pledged on GoFundMe to make it a weekly segment.
We have a GoFundMe.
Well, no, fans made it. Fans
There's
made it.
fans.
We have a weekly segment for something that happens. It's a monthly show. How do we have a weekly
Exactly.
segment?
So they made the
You have to
GoFundMe
post
to
it
make it a
somewhere,
weekly show.
and then Dean has to share it.
What I do, Gunnar, is I split up the little bit that you say into 4 episodes, and I release them throughout the month.
Wow, those
Oh,
are really
man.
short episodes.
Yeah, they're like 2 seconds long.
Hi, guys. My name's Gunnar. Month over.
what a video.
Okay, so I guess we'll get into the last topic, and then we
videos
can
and
just
stuff.
talk about random shit at the end. So Octopath Traveler.
Yeah,
I'm-
I love that game.
I'm
All I saw was
genuinely.
Bucky's video on it, so
Oh yeah, that.
What
Oh, you,
was-
you think it looks good? He didn't. I don't think he made it sound. He didn't make it sound very good. Like I don't think he liked it at all.
it's also not his kind of game, which he did
You're right.
mention.
You're right.
what,
I was
Donkey?
watching Arlo's video on it, and one of his complaints was that the bosses look too big compared to your party. But I'm like, that's how it's. Have you never seen a screenshot from like
That's-
any Final Fantasy?
That's video games.
Pretty
That's
much.
JRPG.
Like, yeah, that's like Final
just
Fantasy
video
1 through
games in
6.
general.
Every boss
guess
suffers from
not.
giantism.
Yes, you can help today by donating to the Gunnar GoFundMe page.
God damn.
No, okay. I am GoFund Gunnar. Gunnar fund me. No, I try to make that work. Anyways, I'm genuinely surprised that they stuck with that name because when they first announced that, like over a year and a half ago, damn, everyone was like, "Wow, Octopath Traveler. That's a fucking name and a half." They should have just called it Octopath.
You should have just been called Dean.
No, you're Dean Weiss. Wow, so
I'm
cool.
Dean. Wasn't it Dean West?
Dean West, there you go.
Sounds like a ship name.
It is a ship name. We talked about this last month.
I wasn't.
You know,
there.
I found
Because I
someone
wasn't
actually made
invited. No.
somebody actually made like MogCast ship fan art.
Don't even fucking lie to me about
I'm
this.
kidding.
If I'm not in it, then I
Can
will
we
be
please
happy.
Gunner's
We
always
need
there, but
guest
just in the
fan art.
background. We
I
do
want,
need
I want guess fan art right now. Gunnar West, guess. We gotta do this, guys,
Guess?
please.
Oh, yes, I missed that ship so much.
No, it needs to be Gwes.
No, it's guess.
It's Guwes.
No, it's
Gwes.
G-U-E-S. It's just one S missing from guess.
So guess.
Yeah, it's just guess. Gunnar and I
I
have been
thought-
over this. We
I
have
thought
a
it was-
whole thing
I thought it was
with our
say guess GES.
IRL friends. No, it's G-U-E-S.
Fine, we'll be Dake.
Hey, what's up, dude?
No, we can be Gene.
Oh, yes.
Billy?
Gene's a lot better.
Gene's pretty great.
Okay, so we'll be Gene guess.
Jake and Wes is Jew, but it's JWE.
Jew.
That's backwards.
No, JWE. It's fine. It'll work.
Okay, what's Jake and Wes?
Jew. I just said
Jew.
it.
What's Jake and Gunnar?
Junner or Gake.
Jake. Okay, then I guess the only one missing is me and Gunnar. Donner.
A mistake.
Danner?
Gunner.
The only wrong option here.
Dean
Dean
guys.
Gunner.
You're not wrong. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, it's
Octopath.
Octopath. So the only one of us that has actually played it is Jake, and he's really been loving it.
I love
So
the
Jake,
game.
40-minute review. Go.
Okay,
No.
all right. I've prepared myself. I actually have a whole script for a video that I'll just go ahead and pull up now.
No,
So there's
no,
only 3
please.
characters, right?
All right, here we go.
It's the Tripath Traveler.
Okay, so have any of y'all played the demo? Because otherwise, I'll just kind of like.
Well, they don't have
No.
switches, but I did play one of the demos, the older one.
Okay, so you played the one that released last September with Primrose and Albrecht.
Yep,
Did you do both of their stories?
yep. Because I
You gave him 40 minutes, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't actually mean that. Okay.
No, your word is
No,
law,
Jake.
Dean.
Hey, Wes,
No,
Wes,
Jake.
Wes,
No.
Wes,
Except for
Wes,
when I choose not to.
Wes. If he doesn't give me 40 minutes, I'll just destroy the audio file.
Perfect.
No. I actually no. You have no idea how much the fans will harass me if I don't release another Gunner thing in the next week.
That's fair.
I feel like that's a lie.
They need their monthly dose of Gunner or they
They
They need
die.
it weekly, man. I'm gonna have to start cutting these up to daily. It's gonna be like a fraction of a second.
Don't make me do a daily MogCast, please. I work.
No, it's just Gunner. I'm gonna like cut up his part to be like released every day of the month. It'll be
Just
like
Gunner
a quarter of a
talking
word.
completely out of
A quarter
context.
of a word per video.
Hashtag Gunner out of context.
Yes.
Boom.
I'd do
Got
that.
it. It's a thing now. Okay.
Okay.
So
Too late.
yeah, I'm gonna speed run talking about Octopath. So
Go for it.
during September when the first trailer released, a lot of people had kind of figured,
Give me first demo.
yeah, it had 2 demos.
Shh. This isn't your segment, Dean.
Shut up. This may be
I'm
your
sorry.
show, but this is my episode.
Did you say shut up, Dean?
Wes did.
That became a meme on Jacob's stream. It's like every time I would bring up a point about Kingdom Hearts and how stupid it was, and it actually made sense, they'd just be like, shut up, Dean. But anyways, go ahead.
Okay. So back in September when the first demo released, a lot of people kind of got the feel that all of the characters, like the first letter of their names would spell out the word Octopath. Since we only had
Mhm.
2 of the characters at the time, we couldn't confirm or deny. But since the full release of
Wait,
the game,
people pieced it together even back then? Damn.
yeah, when we only had 2 characters, just because if you look clockwise, O and P from
Ah.
Albrecht and Primrose were right next to each other. So
Okay.
yeah, people guessed it from 2 out of 8 characters. And then once the prologue demo came out, where we were able to play as all of the characters for 3 hours, they pieced it together just because it was right there on the map in your face. With that being said, a lot of people were also speculating that maybe there is a set timeline on how you're supposed to play the game. You start with O from Ophelia and you work your way all the way to H with Honnet. Playing through the game, I don't think that it has a set timeline. A lot of the characters just kind of do their own thing within their own chapter.
Yeah, that was kind of a thing, right? That like they were mostly separate for the most part. That like everyone thought it was
a
gonna
lot
be
of their
like a
stories were separate. There are a few nods that kind of point to another chapter or another character, or maybe it points to a boss of the other character or something around that. Some of the side quests actually do piece together a lot of the characters in their stories. For example, there's a character in Alphen's story who has a side quest with a character from Cyrus's story. And I'm not going to say who or what the context of it is, but...
well, you already spoiled it. Might as well just say who the final boss is.
Might as well just tell us the big twist of the game. Come on, man.
Okay, so the big twist of the
We
game...
all know that there's actually a secret ninth. There's a secret ninth character.
It's Gunner.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? I'm sorry to interrupt. Like I'm sorry, and we can get back into it. But like the whole thing that everyone talks about is like, oh, Sephiroth killed Aerith, but it wasn't actually Sephiroth, though, right?
I thought it was.
It was Genova.
Well, it was still Sephiroth.
No, Sephiroth was like frozen. It was she was using. She looked like Sephiroth, I guess, but it wasn't him.
It was
Sephiroth's
Sephiroth.
body.
As far
He
as I
did it.
remember, it was Sephiroth. It was just like
Wasn't the thing that he was like
he even brags
frozen?
about it. He even brags about it in Advent Children, sir. So, fuck you.
Because that was directed by Nomura, and as we established, Nomura had never played any Final Fantasy game in his life.
what's
He
Final
doesn't have to
Fantasy?
play them when he made. I don't know, man. I
Anyways,
just
I'm
have a whole
sorry.
bunch of random cardboard squares, rectangles off to my right.
And the Sephiroth one came behind the Aerith one. You were really happy about that.
That's funny.
I was very happy about that. That was the best card pack I've ever opened.
Anyways,
Okay.
back to Septpath,
Septipath.
Ninopath,
Pentapath?
Tetrapath,
Whatever.
Dodecahedropath?
Okay, so
Triska Decapath. Go ahead.
Gunnar,
I'm
what was
sorry.
that new shape?
I don't know, Wes.
I like how
The new
for-
shape they discovered. You brought it up. You didn't know this.
Gunnar is like he just mutes himself, and like Wes brings up his name. He's like, God damn it, I have to unmute myself again.
True.
Oh.
Cylinder
So,
path.
in the world of science,
It's a
scutoids is a new shape.
yeah.
Is a new shape. So it's a scutoid path. There you go.
okay.
Graduated cylinder path. Go ahead, Jake.
All right. So there are 32 chapters in total. There's 4 chapters per character. The first 2 chapters
Math.
for about every character follow the same routine, if that makes sense. For example, Therion, who is the thief, his whole deal is that he steals
From FF2.
Yeah.
from people. So in his
Just
chapter
completely
1,
ignored. Go ahead.
in his chapter 1, you have to break into this mansion, and the only way to do it is to get this letter of introduction so that you can literally just like walk through the front door. In chapter 2, you also have to
Nice.
steal stuff from some people in order to get to the place where you need to go, or to have someone help you. I can't remember exactly what that character's chapter 2 is particularly, but the first 2 chapters of every character are just you have to achieve their path actions. I would say that the first 2 chapters kind of set up and show you how you can use them, A, for quests, but B, how you can use them to your advantage in battle. Even if a lot of those abilities take place in the overworld, there are some things like Primrose and Ophelia's Allure ability, where they can have an NPC follow them throughout the overworld, but they can summon them in battle to have them fight for them, and then even take damage for them at some points.
So can you have 5 people then? If you summon
So
one?
I can have a reverse harem.
Yes.
Sweet.
Reverse.
Well,
I forget which one's which. Which one's the
Okay,
reverse and which one's the
Harem
Harem-
usually got a
harem.
whole bunch of girls. Reverse harem's girl with a whole bunch of dudes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you want a bunch of dudes, Wes.
In Octopath Traveler, sure.
you can
You want the
do that.
honeybee in.
but
If they all look as good as Gunnar, definitely.
Wait. Pre like Gunnar from the picture or Gunnar now?
Just Gunnar.
Okay.
I don't see skin.
Go ahead, Jake. I feel like we keep cutting you off.
yeah, you do. It's really no, I'm kidding.
Come
Um,
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
So for the main complaint that I've seen from a lot of people are people who never completed chapter 2 is just that the stories don't intertwine. They don't specifically. They do in very small amounts of details, like I mentioned a minute ago, from side quests and just characters interaction. That's how they connect. They don't connect via this overarching plot that's right in front of you. Like as soon as you get your 4 or 5, however many characters that you choose to have on your team, they all don't sit there and go, oh yes, we all are actually fighting the same bad guy. They don't do that at all. As far as the characters themselves interacting, there are small cutscenes, and I believe they're all voice acted, with the characters to where these cutscenes, they either trigger after a specific event within a chapter, or they trigger whenever you're just lounging around in a store, in a tavern. It'll just have the option for something called travel banter, where you'll be able to just listen to the characters converse, depending on what characters you have. And there's also different combinations of them as well. And then some of the combinations of characters you can actually reuse depending on who is exactly in your party and who's just hanging out in the tavern. Excuse me. As far as an overbranching story goes, There is one, but it doesn't involve the playable characters. That's all I'm going to say about that, because anything else is kind of like spoilery.
Huh.
Yeah.
But you said that there is more stuff like after you beat the 32, right? There's just like some extra stuff.
Yes, there is a lot of extra stuff, which the majority of them are just small little side quests, and I haven't really even bothered to do them. But one of the side quests does pertain. It connects the dots between each and every single character's story, the characters who interacted with them, and whatnot. But the 8 characters that you play as, in and of themselves, are not connected. But the characters that those 8 characters are affiliated with, and their bosses, and just things like that, they're affiliated, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so they pretty much all of the characters know somebody who knows somebody of the other story.
I know a guy who knows a guy. Okay. I guess that's a good enough hint. And before I guess we get off the topic of Octopath, just to let the people know, who would you say is your second favorite character?
In Octopath?
Yeah.
Overall, or like story-wise, gameplay-wise?
Like their story to go through.
Okay, my second favorite, probably Cyrus, who is the scholar.
Cool.
Nerd.
Don't tell us your favorite, nerd.
Okay.
No, don't tell us your favorite, just the second favorite.
I
Why
will
not?
say, okay, so Cyrus is my second favorite character story-wise, but he is the character that I picked from the beginning.
Oh, but he's your second favorite. Okay.
Yeah, he's my... Well, the reason why I picked him from the beginning is because of his overworld ability, where whenever you go into battle, you can immediately spot one of the weaknesses of the foes. So it's just a good strategic move to have him in your party at all times.
I did hear one of the complaints, and I know that like we're kind of getting toward. But I just want to say, like, I did hear that like one of the issues that just battles just last too long in the game in general. Even like just smaller battles, and especially like with larger bosses, they can last like up to almost an hour.
Okay, on my channel, I did the first chapters of all the characters, and I beat
No,
all of the
nice
chapters.
plug.
Do what?
Nice plug.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
You should put like a little, YouTube card or whatever, so they can just automatically go to that.
Click
real.
the card.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching on a TV, in which case, fuck you.
Rip. But okay, so in those videos, all of them took about 40 minutes to an hour long. The first 2 I did took me an hour and 5 minutes, just because
Wait. The boss or the whole chapter?
the whole chapter.
Oh, okay.
But once I started getting the hang of it and realizing, how the mechanics worked a lot easier, I was able to dumb them down to about 30 minutes. So, as in the whole chapter as a whole. So once
So you're getting into speed running.
for RPGs like this, yes. So once you just get, what I did for the demo, which not a lot of people did from what I have found out, is that what I did is I played as all 8 characters chapter 1 in the prologue demo. I played all their chapter 1s, and then I restarted the game for a 9th time. And then I got all the characters, completed all their chapter 1s, stole every item I could from every NPC available, and then I was ready for the full game.
Yeah, what a thug.
So, and apparently not a whole lot of people did that, so they went into the full game with only having about half a team, or having your characters about halfway leveled up, which is another thing. They really do space out the levels from each chapter drastically. Like level 1, chapter 1, the recommended level is 5. Chapter 2, it's like the mid-20s. So the game doesn't force you to pick all 8 characters and put them on your team, but it highly encourages. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just said it recommends it.
Yeah. Because once you, like, for example, you start with Ophelia and you make your way all the way around the world to Honnet, all of your characters, or at least the main 4 that you acquired, should be close to 20, if not already at it. When I started the full game, and I had already completed everybody's everybody's chapter 1. My main 4 characters were around level 18, and my back 4 characters were level 5 or 6. So you really do have to handle your party management a lot more than you think you would, because you'll be constantly changing out secondary jobs and equipment and everything else. I think it was Honest Trailers from Smosh did a thing on it, and basically what they said with equipment and job management is how it works.
Cool.
Yep. So
check out Honest Trailers. They're bit of a smaller channel, so they need the views from us. So if you guys could go check them out.
Poor guys.
I was gonna say, Wes, you know the Sugar Pine song Cecilia? No?
Yeah, but I like fucking what's the other one more? Not the first one. I like the first one a lot, but
was it just a couple friends and we're hanging
out again?
I was gonna say we should do a Cecilia parody called Ophelia.
Yeah,
Octopath.
Cecilia was the other one. Yeah, I think Cecilia I like a lot.
Let's
if
do it.
you want to do all the work, I'd be okay with singing it, sure.
You can just be the
Should I play the harmonica?
Yes, you'll do all of the instruments, 100% of the instruments. You'll just be your harmonica, and then Wes. Okay, that's enough.
No, get up.
Wes can be James, and then I'll be Kim, and Gunnar's just gonna look pretty.
Gunnar can sing. Gunnar can be Steven Suptic.
Gunnar will be Ophelia. He'll be, what's her name? Grace?
Sure.
I forgot her real name. The YouTuber that was in the video. Isn't her name Grace?
Oh, Grace Helbig? I think so.
Yeah, that'll be Gunnar.
Okay, well,
he'll be there with a blonde wig.
Hey, I look great in makeup, thank you.
I'm not doubting that. Anyways, I think that's all that we have for this month. But be sure to tune in next time where one of these fuckers won't be here. I don't know who, but one of them won't.
What is next month? September.
Next month is September, and hopefully, isn't Gamescom this month?
Beats me,
Sure.
but I probably will be out next month because the first 2 weeks I'm on vacation, and as soon as I get back, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
So you're welcome.
I guess that confirms that we won't have Jake next month. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Gamescom is this month, and then TGS is next month, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully there will be a lot of stuff announced at those. I guess we'll see.
They're going to announce that Final Fantasy is canceled.
They're actually going to announce Despacito 3. And
oh wow!
No, Dean, didn't you hear?
What's up?
Square Enix bought the rights to Despacito, so now every Despacito installment, it's in Roman numerals and then point and then something else.
No.
And then there's this one spin-off where it becomes a fraction that doesn't even make sense because it's not enough days in a year out of 2 years.
It's just okay. It's just Despa, It's just half.
It's despair.
Despair.
Oh.
The color of despair. Anyways, what?
So they bring you despair?
Are we talking about Danganronpa?
No. Sephiroth.
Which wasn't actually Sephiroth, as we learned today.
Oh my
it was
god,
actually...
we learned this. This is your stupid crackpot theory.
It's not a theory! It actually happened in the
cherries,
game. Just no one really thinks about it.
Bells, frogs, big cherries, Peter Pan, mac and cheese, Sephiroth!
Let's talk Japanese, Peter Pan, nicotine. Let's talk Japanese.
Oh, my bad.
It repeats. It repeats.
I forgot.
Dean is gay.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I think you're changing
Gunnar rules.
What matters is that we tried, and Gunnar was here to look pretty. So
oh yeah.
Woo.
Honestly, that alone is going to get us by for the rest of the year, I think, off of ad revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been nice. Yep. It's been nice, and of course,
my 3 pennies.
I'm gonna drag out every second of Gunnar for the rest of the year.
It brings
in
Well, good luck with that.
I feel like this show gets turned into more.
So
you
have to talk really slow so we can clip you into.
Oh, don't worry. I'll stretch it out. I'll actually stretch out all of his.
I swear, if I watch this episode and a single one of his lines isn't edited to be longer, fuck you.
Oh my god.
I feel like every month this podcast just gets even stupider. Like, I don't know how.
Which is a good thing.
And like no one's watching it. That's the thing. If you are watching this part right now, like me saying this right now, and you're actually a human being watching this, leave a comment saying Gunnar sucks.
Then I can just comment.
Well, the thing is, it's gonna get skewed because people are gonna leave that comment anyways. So like.
Okay. Here. I'm gonna type it in the chat.
Gunnar.
No, guys,
they're gonna write
guys,
Gunnar sucks.
Listen, I'm gonna type it in the chat.
No, Gunnar's look. I never said they loved him. I said he was the most popular one. They love to hate him. They love to love him.
He's the ultimate heel.
Yes.
He's the Miz.
He's the Miz in Les Mis. Wes is the
Miz and Maurice. the WWE
Puts the
power couple.
fun
Get
in
fucking on my
dysfunction.
level.
Are you're talking about your fucking WWE trading card?
They don't have trading cards to my knowledge.
I'm pretty sure they do.
WWE, yeah, they have cards.
No, I know
Yeah,
they have
there
like
you
a digital card game, but I don't play it.
They have actual cards.
No, I don't have them.
Well,
I don't
just tell them to
care.
get to the store. You already heard what you have to do, Wes. Go to GameStop, trade in Pokemon games, and
I only have
buy all
one
the decks you
Pokemon
can.
game. It's digital, and I think we need to do the end game stuff still.
Yeah. So
Pokemon.
let's finish this off before it gets
Proper
too.
outro.
Do we need a proper outro? I guess. Okay, fine. Do it, but pay attention. Reverse alphabetical order, starting in the middle and approaching but not touching the start. Go.
What comes
So
first?
is that
J or
Jake,
G?
me, Gunnar, you?
Just go.
I refuse to.
Good
Fine,
talk,
I'll go
everybody.
first. Hi,
Wait,
my name's
wait.
Gunnar. If
No,
you
he
want
was
to
talking.
find me,
Dean, he was talking.
shut the fuck
Oh
up.
no, I interrupted Gunnar.
Just-
You're gonna roast me.
Just
Just
let me do this, okay? If any of you want to find me, I have Twitter that I don't really talk, but I'll retweet things
Wait,
randomly.
actually, real quick. Since the first episode that Gunnar was in, I've always linked the people's Twitter, but for Gunnar's Twitter, it's just like a bunch of question marks because no one knows.
Cool.
So
He doesn't
Jesus.
exist outside the podcast.
oh shit, you're right. Well, then I don't have Twitter. Bye.
Damn it, Dean. You ruined it.
It was close, but no, I gotta keep, bro. If I
Gotta
let
keep
them,
him pure.
if I let Gunnar's Twitter get out, then they're just gonna go there for him. They're not gonna keep coming back here.
Ooh.
He's
Gotta
got
get
a
that
point.
ad revenue.
Yeah,
But he can cross promote.
bro. You think I trust those people? Once they leave, they don't come back.
The Gunnar.
All right. Well, I'll go next. Bye.
Wes.
I'm Wes. I'm here. You can follow me on Twitter down below. If Dean doesn't put it there, kick him in the dick.
He's a scrub.
Dean, don't put it there.
At the Twisted Nevers.
I have stuff too, but I'm sure that Dean will be a responsible and sane human being. And
Otherwise, he doesn't get the audio.
And just because you said that, I'm not putting the card with your channel. That's right. It wasn't a
That's
mistake.
fair.
I
That's
didn't
fair.
forget earlier. It's not that I don't feel
Are you
like
gonna-
looking for the part in the video and linking it. It's that I didn't want to do it.
Are you going to finally credit me as doing the art for the fucking
Mega ooh.
page?
I thought people knew that. Did they? Okay, fine.
All right.
Bitch.
Let the record be straight that the art on screen right now and on all the previous ones was drawn by Gunnar.
Gunnar.
So
Knew it.
Damn it! Now I can't say what I was going to say.
All
What were
right.
you gonna say?
gonna say?
Say it anyway.
You can't credit people for trash.
Hopefully that was.
And on that note, see you guys in September.
Gunnar 2018.
Bye.
Bye.